right, now we are talking about some investment problems. So it says, how much will you have if you invest $12,000 compounded semi-annually at 11% for 8 years? So we're going to use that formula that says the amount that you have after time is equal to the principal that you invest times 1 plus r over n to the nt power. That's the formula. So the amount we will have after 8 years is equal to the initial amount we start with, or the principal, which is $12,000, times 1 plus our rate of interest is 11%, so that's 0.11. N is the number of times a year it compounds, and so semi-annually means twice a year, to the nt power, and at the time was 8 years, so it'll be 2 times 8, or 16. All right, and then all you do is just type that in your calculator. So you'd say 12,000 in parentheses 1 plus 0.11 divided by 2 raised to, I'm going to go ahead and go 2 times 8, 16. Okay. And so I get that that amount is equal to $28,263.15. There we go. That's pretty good. But they're getting paid 11% interest, which is really unusual. But, you know, yay for bookwork. All right. Next says we're going to have 8% compounded quarterly at 7% for 5 years. Okay, we're going to use the same formula that we did up here. Our principal, so we're going to set for 5 years. So what is the amount that we're going to have over 5 years if we invest $8,000? So the formula goes 1 plus R, which is 7%, so it'll be 0.07. Quarterly is 4 times a year. And then it's supposed to be times the n times t power, so it'll be 4 times 5, because n is 4 and t is 5. All right, and then you just type that in the calculator. So you go 8,000, parentheses, 1 plus 0.07 divided by 4, raised to 4 times 5 is 20, so raised to the 20th power. And so I get that the amount you will have after 5 years is $11,318.22. I'm going to truncate rather than round up, because that's how the bank does. All right, so that would be our answer to this one. All right, the next problem is very similar, but they're talking about like if you borrowed the money. So it says, what is the amount owed at the end of 5 years if you borrowed $10,000 compounded monthly at 6%? So you're going to work it the same way. So you're not earning it, you're going to have to pay it back. But the amount that we're going to have to pay back in 5 years is equal to the amount we borrowed, which was $10,000, times 1 plus our rate of interest is 6%, divided by the number of times it compounds, the number of times a year it compounds. Monthly would be 12 times a year, and then 12 times 5. So then I just put that in the calculator, 10,000, and then parentheses, 1 plus 0.06 divided by 12, raised to 12 times 5 is 60. And so I get that the answer is I would have to pay back $13,488.50. Ta-da! There we go. We're calculating interest and compounding interest at that. All right, on to the next.